Alright guys, what is up? What's good? So I'll make it quick because for me personally I do have some things I do want to get off my chest, but for anyone that don't know who I am Spectacular Pooh. I'm your host, I'm your commentator for of course episode 10 of the Lightning Round Talk Show. Hope all of you guys have been treating yourself well. Hope everyone's been wearing a mask. Hope everyone hasn't been a bitch to people. Hope everybody has been doing great, has been cool with one another. For anyone that don't know the kind of games and stuff I play, I play racing games, action games, sports games, any of the sort, that I enjoy with, of course, me, myself, and, my community that I call the Phantoms. They enjoy the games along with me. In fact, they play the games with me. So, right now for episode 10, there you go. I feel like that was a little bit too low. Okay, well, too high. But yeah, for episode 10 of our podcast. Yeah, games are definitely good. Thank you, Choco. For episode 10 of our little podcast today, or talk show today, I do have some topics in mind that I do want to get out of my chest. Of course, this being the NBA playoffs, that's one thing. I definitely do want to get out of my chest. I'm going to get my thoughts on the 76ers and the Hawks. I'm going to get my thoughts on the Clippers real quick and the Suns. And of course, I want to get my thoughts on the God, I'm sorry, guys. I'm still hot. Like, I just got back from playing fitness. I'm still, I'm going to try to take my time as best I can. But you guys know. I mean, I try, I want to bring the best kind of content that I possibly can for all of you guys, either as early as I can. I try to be on time with all my stuff. So, there you go. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs. We're going to be talking about the ASMR streamers. We're going to be talking about trying to kill boredom. What are ways that, you try to kill boredom. But one thing that's not on this list is how I'm feeling for one of the comments I saw, right? And I want to see if I can address this real quick and quickly get it out the way. So, for what y'all see it every time I stream. You guys see that each time when I stream, you guys see an artist showcase. So, I want to put this up here first. So, you see the artist showcase. You guys see all the art that's showcased one by one with the artist, at name, through their Twitter. If not, then it'll be through their Discord. Either way, you guys see, the support and the love I try to show to these artists each and every time I get on stream. I try to promote them so that way, if anyone sees their art or anyone sees art that was from my character, you guys will, people will see it and be like, oh shit, like this is some real good art here. Let me go ahead and check them out on Twitter or check them out on Instagram or check them out on Discord and see, if they're open for commissions or anything like that. You want to know, real quick, what kind of gets me with all this, I'm going to tell you real quick what gets me with all this. My good friend Jazz 2019, the one that I showcased throughout for like 3, 4, 5 months. She told me that, she said that it's great, you're really, really nice, you're very kind for doing this for everyone. And I'm happy for the compliment. I bless her for the compliment. But while I bless her for the compliment, here's the thing that kind of gets me to this. This is not a shot at her. I'm more so talking about this when it goes to streamers, when it goes to people in general. How is it, right? We love showing support to these artists for working so hard at their craft, for working so hard at what they do. But we don't take the time out to support them back. I feel as if we don't take the time out to support them back. Especially if you're a streamer. And your ass is not going to be on Twitter every day. And it kind of bothers me in a way. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be the only streamer. Let alone I shouldn't be the only person that gets on Twitter or gets on streaming every day and constantly promote them out while at the same time I have to promote myself out to get my content out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't feel like I'm the only one, or I shouldn't feel like I'm one of few people that actually do this. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all know I love supporting artists to death, to the point where I don't want to. I almost nowadays I don't even want to accept free art from people. I really don't. I feel like if I'm giving free art, then I feel as if I should pay you back. Because I feel like if I'm not doing that, I'm not supporting you. Or if I'm not promoting you as best of my abilities, I'm not supporting you. I mean, even going so far as to, like, if someone was to buy my merch, the merch I have up here, the merch I constantly promote each and every day on stream, whether I'm about to leave, whether I'm about to start, I support them through that by taking half of my price, half of the price that I would usually want to get, or I would usually want people to buy, you know. For me, it's usually $5 that I would want the profit off of. But here's the thing. I find a way to adjust where if I fucking have to, I won't make a dime off the merch, and I'll let them take money off the merch. That shows you how far I'm willing to go just to support artists. Just to show, yo, this is how much I'm willing to go to support your work. So why isn't people doing the same thing back? Especially to people that know damn well they can't do art themselves. They can't sit up there. They can't get a tablet. They can't get an iPad. They can't get an iPad. They can't get a drawing tablet. And they can't do the work that they do. So, you know, I really kind of think, it makes me think, you know, where are people at that do this? Really. I mean, it's not like y'all can't sit up there every day. It's not like y'all can't find a pirated copy of Sony Vegas, but just to be honest, that's just what I'm using because I'm not willing to sit up there and pay $300, $400 for editing software, especially when I know that shit is too expensive for its own good. Especially when I know it's too expensive for its own good, when I know that the love of supporting artists can go a lot farther than where I think it's going. Well, man, I need to take a sip of water. I feel like I'm about to pass the fuck out. Other than that, I feel like the support with artists can go a lot farther than just me. Now, as I say this, speaking of artwork, I wouldn't say intense. I wouldn't say intense workout session. More like I had an intense walk back here because I'm looking at it through the I'm looking at it through the weather. I'm more like I had an intense walk back home. It's from what I'm seeing, it was 89 to 90 degrees. And the only way I had to keep myself cool was the fact that I practically had to drink a lot of Powerade. Now, not a lot to the point where it's almost gone, but enough to the point where it was able to help me get back home. That and sheer willpower. So most of that is coming from me walking my ass back home. Basically, I had to walk 30 minutes from Planet Fitness to home. Just like the same way I have to walk home to Planet Fitness that same 30 minutes. So if you're looking at it, that's practically an hour of a walk outside. This is not even talking about the workouts inside of Planet Fitness. But yeah, yeah. It's basically like that. So I apologize if I'm gonna be breathing heavily, but I'm still like. Here's the deal. I didn't want to be late. I didn't want to be late for any of this. In fact, I do want to talk. I want to have a good bit of this out of my chest where I noticed, it hit me. It hit me. I know we're supposed to be talking about the NBA playoffs, but it was thanks to the NBA playoffs in a way that really hit me and really made me wake up and see that I can't continue being what I am when I don't stream. And I have the perfect schedule to make this all work out. So it was after the Sixers lost, right? I was very pissed. I was very upset at how the Sixers lost because they really had no business losing that game. They really didn't. But what got to me was that loss hit me on such a level to the point where I tried to turn on my PS3 to play the game. I didn't even want to play it. I didn't even want to play it. Now, usually, L's like this, like, I suffered through worse. I thought, like, as a sports fan, I suffered through worse. I had to go through, for people that don't know how hard it is to be a Philly fan, I'm going to hit you with one real quick. When it was the 2003 or 2002, I don't know if it was the NFC Championship game or if it was the divisional game. I think it was the championship game. Whereas the Buccaneers, they picked off Donovan McNabb. And not only did that interception cost the Eagles the game, but that was the final time we got to see Veterans Stadium. Veterans Stadium, right after that, it was demolished. And now we got Lincoln Financial Field. I had to witness that. I had to witness the Carolina Panthers practically steamrolling the Philadelphia Eagles. And that was when Lincoln Financial Field just opened up. I believe that was the year after. It was either that or it was in 2005. It was one of those years. I'm not sure. I think it was 2004. So it was that situation. It was even in hockey where it hit me. Whereas with the NHL where the Flyers, they were supposed to win the Stanley Cup. They were looking to win the Stanley Cup. I don't know. I believe the Blackhawks, I think they're the West team and the Flyers were in the East. I don't know if I'm right on that. But it was that one overtime goal. That shit, it fucked me up entirely. That fucked me up entirely. Whew. And I don't even watch hockey like that. So, y'all know, as a Philly fan, it's been rough. The one semblance of good that we got as a Philly fan was the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl. But I need to say this. This is going to transition into NBA playoffs with the whole Sixers versus Hawks thing. I have never seen a basketball player like Ben Simmons in my life. And this is not in a good way either. I have never seen a basketball player that is 6'10", 245 pounds. Sounds like a buff person, right? Sounds like a buff-ass dude, right? Sounds like a player that should dominate in the NBA. What's up, Mama Jack? How you doing? I'm just venting real quick. Sounds like a player that should dominate in the NBA, right? Or have good potential in the NBA to dominate. Especially considering what Ben Simmons is. Now, I know Ben Simmons, I'm going to say this again. He is not entirely to blame for the Sixers' loss. But in my personal opinion, he's a good chunk of the blame. He's a good chunk of the blame. I've never seen a player like him that's so great on defense, but so fucking horrible on offense in my life. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Ben Simmons, throughout this whole playoff series, as far as I know, he had what? 10 points? 8 points? 9 points? This whole playoff series. And he's supposed to be, basically, he's supposed to be the point guard of the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, for people that don't know how point guard position work in the NBA, and I don't blame you if you don't watch, but it's basically the kind of guy that he's basically the first to touch the ball. He's usually the first to touch the ball. And he's usually the guy that's going to direct traffic and find out, okay, who's the first guy to pass to, who's what should the team be doing, this or that. Usually, more often than not, that should be the point guard. The only time this is overwritten is when you have a phenomenal star player such as LeBron James, for an example, whereas he overwrites this entirely. Him, Kevin Durant, they overwrite this entirely to where they will take the ball up court and they know what the fuck to do. They know what they should do. They know what the team should do to help them win. My problem with Ben Simmons is this compared to those players I just mentioned. This motherfucker refuses to shoot the ball. Period. Point blank period. That's the first problem. The second problem, and it's crazy because I was told this years ago, and it turns out this comes to fruition. Whereas Ben Simmons, who's wanting to be so unselfish by passing the ball, actually hurts the team more than it helps them. And there's no prime example of this where what happened last night. Ben Simmons basically did not do anything the whole game but get 4 points just through slam dunks. Or better yet, 4 points through slam dunks, and he only made one free throw attempt. And this is definitely where I'm going to get into him real quick. I don't understand this for the life of me, right? Mind you, he has 4 points off slam dunks. Ben Simmons has a wide open lane to dunk this basketball. Mind you, people, he's 6'10", 245 pounds. He has an open lane to dunk the basketball. In fact, he's under the basket. By the time he gets this ball, he's under the basket. Let me ask you guys this real quick. You don't even have to look at basketball to have this mindset in your head. If you're in the NBA, right, and you're 6'10", and you're under the basket, what do you think is the first thing you should do when you're under the basket and you have the ball in your hands? I'll let y'all go ahead and answer that real quick before I continue further, right? Because I want this for people that actually don't watch basketball, the answers real quick, so that way you guys can know. My question is this, Choco. If, say for example, you're Ben Simmons, you're 6'10", you're 245. You're basically under the basket. You're under the scoring position right now. You're under the scoring position. What's the first thing in your mind that you think you should do when you have the ball and you're under the scoring position? I'm going to leave you the following choices, right? I'm going to make it more easier for you. Would you rather A, score, as in go for the score, or B, would you pass the basketball? pass it to a teammate? It's gonna be real easy. It's real easy. Like real shit. Like when you go outside and when you see people play, and when you see them under the scoring position, you see them under the hoop. What's the first thing you see them do? Compared to the other option that Ben Simmons did in that game. If you can't answer it, that's fine. Like, just know this. Yeah! Yes! Yes! You are 6'10", 245. You scored 4 points. Both of them was up close. Up close. The 4 points he scored was up close. He has another shot to score again up close. And with nobody near him. This motherfucker passed the ball. Does nobody see the problem in that? He passed the ball and he's in scoring position. He's right under the hoop. He's the only one that can get to the rim. He's the only one that can practically just do a little jump and he could get there. He got it. Right. He's no Yao Ming, but he can hit that shit. He can dunk it. I need to show you guys this, right? This is how insane. This is so crazy. I'm still shook over this. This is why I said Ben Simmons get a good plethora to blame. Not just for that game, but he gets a good plethora to blame for this series because he did not help his team at all. He didn't help him. He didn't help his team more than people realize, more than people think. He legitimately did not help. You're damn right. I see this right here. Saying Ben Simmons is doubtful to play for Australia in the Tokyo Olympics. He will spend the offseason on skill development. As you should, because you got to leave. He's about to be leaving Philadelphia very soon. So, here's the deal. I'm going to show y'all what he just did. I'm going to show you what he just did. The minute I find it. This is what he just did. Oh, you met Yao Ming. Okay, that's fucking crazy. You met Yao Ming. His parents catered food from their restaurant to the Dragon Boat Festival one year. That stuff was pretty good. Hey, I'm happy you enjoyed it. I'm happy you got to meet Yao Ming because meeting people like that, whew, that's a rarity. Now, look what he did here, people. Look what he did. Mind you, look at the space he got. He beat this one guy. He beat number 8 right here. Trae Young here. It's like, what, 6 foot? 5'10"? 6 foot? 5'10"? 5'11"? Maybe? Ben Simmons is 6'10". You won't believe you won't believe this. This is what he did here. God. Even looking at it here, it like, oh my God. Yo, I don't know if y'all can see this. Dude 7'6", yeah. Like Joel Embiid 7'1". He's not Yao Ming's height, but he's 7'1". He can still get up there and dunk it. Now look at this. Ben Simmons is not even looking at the rim. He's not looking at the hoop. He's not even looking at the hoop. Let me look up Trae Young's height. Trae Young is 6'1", 180. Ben Simmons is 6'11", 240. This is common sense. This is common sense, right? With a 7-foot wingspan, might I add. What's Trae Young's wingspan? 6'2". And he passed it? He passed it. I'm going to let y'all know. When this happened, I turned the game off. I turned the game off. That right there is pinnacle Ben Simmons throughout the entire playoff series. Not just with Atlanta, but even the game before that. Even the series before that. Not just with this. This situation was icing on the cake, but you think with somebody at his size, he has all the traits. He can pass the ball. He has great court vision. He can pass the ball to wide open people. He can muscle defenders. He can get by people. He can muscle guards like Trae Young easily. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Ben Simmons should be sorry. Ben Simmons should be sorry. He should be sorry because he's about to be out of Philadelphia. How the fuck did you pass this up? Now, Choco, I asked you that question. You would take a dunk. You would dunk that if you was his height. I would dunk that if I was his height. All of Twitter would dunk that if they were his height. All of Twitter will also work on their fucking jump shot, which is one thing Ben Simmons chose not to do and chose to alienate for all of 6 years of his NBA career. He has nobody but himself to blame. So he said, you'll take him in Houston? Hey, yo, we'll make that trade real quick. Give me Victor Oladipo right now. I don't know if he's still there. But I'll take him right now. Give me whoever the hell you got right now. In fact, truth be told, you was actually supposed to get Ben Simmons. But here's the thing, though. Because we took your GM, Choco. The Rockets GM used to be Daryl Morey. Yeah, so we took him. We thought, okay, since we took him, they're going to try to trade for Harden. They didn't make that trade. They stuck with Ben Simmons. And now, I guess you could say this is the cost of us keeping him. The Houston Chronicle headline? Where you see that? I see the Bleacher. Well, I'm sure you'll see it. Headline: Rockets nearly dodged franchise-wrecking Ben Simmons bullet. Yeah. It's bad when I got people. I'm gonna let y'all know. This is bad when I got people like Choco who don't really watch much basketball to tell you this is how bad it is. Now he's working to fix his shot. People, Ben Simmons is in year 6. After this, it'll be year 7. Now this motherfucker is working on trying to fix his shot. You wait 6 years to fix your shot. Hold up, people. Let me go ahead and show you this real quick. This was Ben Simmons in the summer league. This was him in the summer league. And he was doing this.
When he slams the ball, right, Tom? You can hear it from here. Get in there. 2 guard at the time. Simmons with another. There's that mid-range, and it looked pretty smooth. He's connected on 3.
I feel like he gets the off-the-court stuff as he drains another.
Has a field goal. He missed his first 4. He now has
straightened out. Ben Simmons starts with a jump shot, and going back to and that part's a little bit disappointing.
When he
That was him in the summer league. The summer league. How you regress that far from the summer league and 6 years into the how? You say I got bothered Miami for Victor? Okay. Here, I will trade him right to Miami. Here you go. You can have him. Hey yo, Ace. My man Ace on Twitter. This Ace. Hey yo, Ace, bro. You want Ben Simmons? Cause you can have him. You can have Ben Simmons right now. Motherfucker waits till now to start working on this jump shot. Year 7. When he should have worked on it when he was in high school. He should have worked on it when he was in college. You work on it in year 7. Does nobody see the problem in this? Am I the only one that don't see that sees the problem in this? I know I cannot be the only one that sees the problem in this. I can't. Can't. You said apparently he got shipped off over there. Well, again, Victor, get over here. I'll have Victor. I know Victor's injury prone, but I'll take him right now. Go ahead and close that out. So, I'm done ranting on Ben Simmons for a bit. How about the rest of the Sixers, though? Right? How about them? The rest of the Sixers. Joel Embiid does not deserve this. He don't. He don't. This man sat up here, Joel Embiid, on a torn meniscus. I don't think you guys understand how bad of an injury a torn meniscus is. A torn meniscus usually have you out for a long time in sports. It's almost on the level of a torn ACL. Joel Embiid sat up there on a torn meniscus and practically put up 30 points for the Philadelphia 76ers almost every night. Double-digit points almost every night. Either 25 or 30 points every night. And he has to deal with a shitty bench, a shitty coach. Who would have thought I'd be saying that? But then again, you know what? It's Doc Rivers, though. Would y'all believe me if I told you that after the 2008 Celtics that won that championship, Doc Rivers has basically been horrible throughout the playoffs? He's been downright terrible throughout the playoffs. This man has given up so many leads, not just for the Sixers recently, but he has done this for the Clippers. Let's look up Doc Rivers' playoff history, shall we? Real quick. Let's go ahead and do this. Simmons, open court vision. Athleticism makes his potential enticing, but he's turned into a shell of a basketball player. Scared to shoot or even make an attempt at getting at the rim. In the 76ers' disappointing playoff exit against the Hawks, Simmons combined 3 shots in the fourth quarter of all 7 games. In Sunday's game, he had an easy dunk, but opted to pass out of fearing he could get fouled and sent to the free throw line, where he's been abysmal. Where he's made this 25 out of 73 free throws, which is a 34.2% this postseason, making it the worst performance of anyone with at least 70 attempts in the NBA playoff history. And to make it worse, the Philadelphia 76ers has to practically take $33 million of his cap space. I don't care if they have to eat the cat, but I want him gone. So, But yeah, like I said, Ben Simmons is definitely part of the problem, but he ain't the only one. Doc Rivers, where you at, bro? Let's look up his playoff history. Let's look up this man's playoff history. Let's look it up. Right now. Right now. This is what he's done. This is what he's done. When he was on the Clippers, he blew a 15-point lead to lose in Game 5 when he was in the Clippers. Game 6 of the Clippers, the man blew a 19-point lead in Game 6 to lose that game. In Game 7, the Clippers had a complete collapse in the fourth quarter to lose that. Denver came back from a 3-1 deficit against the Utah Jazz in round 1. And did it again in round 2 against a better Clippers team that was back in 2020 of last year. Now let's look at it here, right? Hold up. Can somebody sit up here? I hope I can find it in the tweets. I remember seeing it before. I need somebody to hit me with his playoff history real quick. This one right here. He has 29 losses with a chance to clinch a playoff series. The most losses by an NBA coach. He's not clinching that. Now he's officially has 30 losses. 30 losses in playoff history for a coach. I'm trying to find that other. Here you go, right here. Thank you. Thank you. Let's read up on it, shall we? 2009, the year after he won the title. Celtics was up 3-2 on Orlando, and they lose the series. 2010, Celtics up 3-2 on the Lakers, lose the series. In the NBA Finals, lose the series. Celtics up 3-2 on the Heat, they lost the series. Clippers up 3-2 on the Grizzlies, lost the series. 2014, blow a 15-point lead in Game 5 versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. They lost in 6. 2015, they blew a 3-1 lead to the Rockets. How do you blow a 3-1 lead to the Rockets? 2016, up 2-0 on the Blazers, and they lost 4-2 with 4 straight losses at home. I'm sorry, not at home. They just straight up lost 4 straight. Now, a good bit of that is at home. So that's still bad. Game 7 lost to the Jazz. Clippers both 3-1 lead to the Nuggets. We already talked about this. And now we have this. With the Sixers, blew an 18-point lead in Game 4, and they lost the game. This one makes it just as worse. This is probably the biggest he's ever blown a lead, period. And this is at home, mind you. This is at home in Game 5. Where we should have wrapped up the series right then and there. We should have wrapped it up in Game 4 and Game 5. The Sixers blew a 26-point lead. And look what happened. The Hawks advance in the playoffs. Off that alone, Doc Rivers should be fired. I don't care if this is his first year. You should be gone. The fact you blew a 26-point lead in the playoffs at home should get you fired. The Atlanta Falcons is laughing. Hold up. What Atlanta Falcons team that was? The 2018 or 2019 Falcons team that blew the 28-3 lead. They should be laughing right now that they don't have the resume that Doc Rivers have, and this is when it goes to the playoffs. The Falcons fuck up, but they fucked up twice after this, and that was in the regular season. 2, 3, 4 times after this, and that was in the regular season. He's to blame. Tobias Harris is definitely to blame. He's not escaping blame, according to me. I swear to you, where's Mima Jack at? Because he said he was watching some Naruto, right? Some OG Naruto. Here's the deal. Where's Sasuke at? Because I need him to Chidori Tobias Harris real quick. Tobias Harris missed almost all of his shots tonight. Almost all of his shots on a do-or-die situation. And most of those shots were, same as Ben Simmons, they were up close. They were mid-range. And you still missed those shots. Can somebody hit... Hold on. Let me go ahead and look up Tobias Harris' stat line. Because I honestly forgot how many times that motherfucker missed. And it was so fucking bad. Thank you. I needed this. I don't know. Is this accurate here? I'm assuming this is accurate. No. Not the game log. Okay, hold on. This is what I'm going to do. Can I see the box score? Please tell me I can see the box score. I need to see the box score of that game. Here it is. This is the box score. Guys, prepare to cringe at this box score. Look at this shit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and highlight Tobias Harris. He is right here, the first one you see. Tobias Harris had 24 points. You may think, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, he scored 24 points. There should be no problem, right? Here's the deal. Tobias Harris played for 45 minutes. His field goal was 8 made shots. Right? 8 made. Out of 24 attempts. This motherfucker missed so many shots in this game. For 3-point land, from 3-point field goal percentage, he made 2 of them, but he missed 7 of them. Or if I'm getting that right, he missed like 5 of them, 5 or 4 of them. Either way, you get my point. This motherfucker missed so many shots, bro. And it wasn't the first time. He's been missing them all series long. The plays that should be easy for anyone to hit, he misses them. Now, we look at Ben Simmons' contract. Tobias Harris is just as bad. Because we paid him like he's a max star player when that's not what he is. The one good thing Tobias Harris did that whole game was hit his free throws. Other than that, he, just like Ben Simmons, he left a lot of points on the court. And here's the deal. With Joel Embiid, this is why I said I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Joel Embiid because you look at his stat line. He played for 41 minutes, put up 31 points. He didn't do as well either by going 11 of 21 and missing 2 of 5. But here's the deal. The man put up 31 points. He did all he could, not just for this game. He did all he could this series to try to keep the Sixers in it. It wasn't like this every game with Joel Embiid. It was not like this every game. And to see it end the way that it ended, all I know is this. This was Joel Embiid's MVP year. in my personal opinion. And if these are the kind of players that he has around him, you're wasting Joel Embiid's potential entirely. Wasting him. He's going to be like how Patrick Ewing was, whereas Patrick Ewing was an amazing player, a phenomenal player. But the reason why he'll be frowned upon in a way is because he had to practically shoulder the load for that whole team, and that leads to him not getting a ring. So, to put it simply like this, in my opinion, Doc Rivers, due to his history, he has to go. Tobias Harris, he has to go. Ben Simmons, he has to go. I'm going to tell you the people that should stay. Steph Curry, who's Steph Curry's brother, the one from the Warriors, he needs to stay because he actually did his job the best he could, and he helped the Sixers. He at least helped the Sixers. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Danny Green, he needs to stay. Seeing as we saw in this series what happens when Danny Green is not on the court. He said it sucks he got hurt, but he needs to stay. Tyrese Maxey, in my opinion, is the future of the 76ers. Hopefully he don't get traded. But if he does, the Sixers better bring in somebody good to replicate Maxey the best way possible, because that kid showed no fear. In fact, it's what we talked about earlier with Ben Simmons not dunking under that hoop. Tyrese Maxey would have easily done so. This the same Tyrese Maxey that went up against two Hawks defenders, and it's a shame he got his shot blocked, but that motherfucker showed no fear by taking it up there against those two defenders. Like, no, fuck this. I want to score. I want it more. So, Sixers, y'all have to get better. Like, real shit. Ben Simmons, you definitely have to get better. You have no excuse. But for you guys, oh man, look, I don't know. Y'all need to keep this. Like, y'all need to get better. Otherwise, the Sixers gonna have some issues, and real big issues on a level that, you know, the process is already looked at as a failure in a way, but I don't know. I don't want to talk about this any further than I have. I went through, a whole hour, 45 minutes, 40 minutes to an hour. About to be an hour talking about this. I do want to talk about something else. And I'm sure you guys got some time to talk about this, right? So, here we go. I want to talk about this whole thing going on with the ASMR streamers. I want to say this and hopefully never address it again with this whole thing with the ASMR streamers, right? My thoughts with this are, I don't know about you guys, but this is how I feel with it. I personally think ASMR, I'm sorry, not ASMR, I should say this. This whole hot tub and people using ASMR in a way, it shouldn't be on Twitch. The way that they use it, it shouldn't be on Twitch. Now, here's the deal. I don't mind people getting their money. In fact, I want you to get your money by any means necessary, whether it be through streaming, if you can make a living off of it, whether it be through getting a job. But for something like Twitch, to try to adapt this whole stigma of, oh, we're going to allow some form of sexuality, or we're going to allow this, we're going to allow that. I'm going to tell you this right here. This whole thing with this hot tub shit and the way that these people are going to go about it with these ASMR situations, it's not a good look. It's making people like me, to be quite honest with you, want to stray farther and farther away from Twitch and just not give a fuck. Now, luckily for me, I have no problem sitting up there and watching Twitch streamers and support them. Y'all know this with me. But it's getting harder and harder for me to watch because, well, not really harder and harder. Who am I kidding? But it's getting harder for me to sit up there, and if people was to justifiably sit up there and go back to Twitch, it's harder for me to sit up there and really do this when you got situations like this that make it a mockery to be a Twitch streamer. Like, for real, here's how I see it in my eyes. I see it right now, due to shit like this, it's not cool to be a Twitch streamer. Unless your ass wants to be on some not safe for work shit, it's not cool to be a Twitch streamer. That's how I look at it as. I'm sorry. That's how I look at it as. If this is the route motherfuckers is going to go to get the bag, no. I can't do it. That's not in me. That's not in my community. That's not in my people to sit up there and really, really try to pull some bullshit like this. Now, I don't mind this whole thing going on when, if you want to cosplay, go ahead, cosplay. I mean, shit, if I want to right now, I cosplay as my fucking character as we speak. I cosplay as him. I cosplay as Sonic the Hedgehog. I cosplay as Silver. I cosplay as Sasuke Uchiha. I cosplay as Naruto, for fuck's sake, if I can. I cosplay as Joel Embiid if I can. Cosplaying is all well and good. But to the level that I'm seeing these people take it, like, I often question, and I know y'all have to be like this, like, yo, like, is this shit really allowed on the platform? Like, you can't sit here, look at this stuff, and be like, yeah, this is allowed on a platform, yeah, it's not sexual, yeah, it's not doing this, yeah, it's not doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's the deal, people. I'll say this point blank, period. If I want to go and see half naked women, I know where to go. I made it blatantly clear. I will go and support people on OnlyFans. I don't care. I will go do that. Why? Because, look, that's the content I'm looking at. That's the content I expect. I will go, look, I have no problem, if I have to, I have no problem supporting porn stars. That's what they want to do. And here's the thing, that's what I was looking for. I have no problem supporting not safe for work artists. At the end of the day, you see where I'm going with this. All of this stuff here, it lines up. I feel like Twitch trying to take the not safe for work route in a way, I feel like more and more is going to have them, well, not really more and more, but I feel like people will soon start to realize, like, yo, like, it's not even about taking views. It's not even about any of that shit for me. I feel like, yo, at some point, this is making an embarrassment of yourself. Like, as a company. Like, yo, like, why do I want to be associated with y'all? Why do I even want to say that I'm a Twitch streamer if this is what the fuck y'all do in here? Like, why? I get it, I get it. People want Twitch to be more than gaming. Look, nowadays, that's kind of what YouTube is doing. YouTube is more than just gaming. YouTube, you can sit back and chat with your people. You can have podcasts with your people. You can talk about whatever you want to do. Glimesh right now is already taking that initiative to where you can be more than just gaming. You can talk with your people. You can chill with with your guys. You can cosplay. You can do art. You can do any of that stuff. But at some point, I feel like this. You have to draw the fucking line and be like, nah, bro, I can't associate myself with this shit. Like, if I want to associate myself with this, I know where to go, and I'll make it blatantly known for it. But I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? I mean, I get it. I understand. Get the bag. Do whatever y'all got to do, but I more so blame Twitch for this than I more so blame the people that do this. Because with Twitch, they open the doors for this situation. And because they open the doors, it's why I have to constantly see this on my fucking timeline each and every day that I get on Twitter for. When really, I don't want to see it. I don't even want to see an inkling of the shit. And I said this before. I try my best not to care about stuff like this. Why? For one reason being that I'm not on Twitch anymore. I can't care about something that really I'm not on for. So that's one thing. Seeing as I can't care about something that I'm not on for, that should give me less of a reason to care. That should give me less of that should be it right there, right? That should be over and done with. Another thing is that I guess you could say this. The reason why I'm even going so far as to give it a topic and to vent about it right now is the simple fact that I really have a passion for streaming. And I have a passion for all of this stuff. And I personally feel like to see this kind of stuff be used the way that it is, it gives it a bad name and it puts a sour taste in my mouth. That's why I feel the way that I feel about this whole thing. I mean, look, all I gotta say is this. I feel like personally, that stuff really has no business being on a streaming platform. And no, it doesn't have to be related to gaming. No, it doesn't have to be related to, this and that. Talking about Twitch, talking about YouTube, talking about Glimesh, talking about Trovo, talking about DLive. No. You can be more than that. But this isn't the route I think it should take. You can do so much more than just that. How about this, right? How about the fact that, you can take this to OnlyFans. You can actually take this to Twitter. There's people in the Not Safe for Work Twitter that will actually support this. There's no crime putting this stuff up on Twitter, putting up your body and stuff on Twitter. There's no crime putting that shit up on OnlyFans. There's no crime putting this shit up on Pornhub. That's all I'm saying. Make your money, but go ahead and make your money. But again, I blame Twitch. Go ahead and cheat the system, beat the system as much as you guys can. Beat the system. Do what y'all gotta do. But Twitch did this. Twitch started all this. And Twitch don't know how to end it. Here's the deal, and this is the fucked up part. This is gonna, this whole situation between those two people, they're gonna come back anyway. They're gonna come back in a couple days. That ban was temporary. They don't give a fuck. And when they come back, it's gonna be the same shit. There's not gonna be any more temporary bans. In fact, they're not gonna get a permanent ban, to say the least. And knowing that they're not going to get it, that's why I said it's a waste of time. That's why I'm like, yeah, I mean, all right, I'll go ahead and gladly entertain this and give y'all the talks over this. You know what I mean? I will give you the talk about. I will talk about this. But after this, it's like I'll just copy and paste it. I will copy and paste this whole thing and be like, yo, this is what I talked about with y'all. Okay? Like here. And I'll make sure I'll have it in timestamp. In fact, I'll try my best nowadays with YouTube because now we have timestamps. I'll try to do what I can to start timestamping some moments whenever I can. Because it's a good thing that's an option for not only people like me to go back on, but for people like you that wants to go back into the VODs. And so for the people that watch my content outside of live streams, don't worry, I got y'all. I'm going to start working on that as soon as I can. Now, last but not least, that I want to talk about is killing boredom, right? In a way, that kind of relates to what I was talking about earlier, way earlier when I started out. And I really want to ask you guys this, you know, how do y'all find ways to kill boredom? Because for me nowadays, I'm starting to take more of a serious initiative when I'm not streaming to try to kill my own form of boredom. Now, the way how I'm going to do this is going to be like this. The way how I'm going to start killing my boredom is when I wake up, I have it in mind to start getting washed, getting dressed, and be like, okay, I need to go work out. I need to go do something. Like, I need to go watch anime. I need to go this, you know. Like, I'm starting to get this mindset that I used to have long ago before the pandemic hit, where I legitimately took it serious to wake up and go and work out. I'm starting to get that mood where I don't want to be in the house every day, because I feel like if I'm in the house every day, then I'm doing something wrong. I weighed myself on a scale when I was over at Planet Fitness, and it said that I weighed 225. Now, back then when I was at the doctor's, I used to weigh 228. Now, I did lose weight, and I'm going to try my best to continue to lose weight. But what's eating me alive right now is that I want to get back to the original weight that I was at. Now, I used to be around 215, maybe 218, and I want to get back to that. In fact, I want to get lower than that if I can help it. I'm starting to see a benefit when I'm not inside the house nowadays, and I feel like for me, that's a big mental step forward, because for people that don't know with me, I had a pretty big PTSD with my life where I lived in Chester, PA for like 13, maybe 15 years, and I was always bullied over in Chester. I didn't trust anybody in Chester. I hated being in Chester, PA. And one other thing that I didn't like about being over there is the gunshots, the gun popping off. It was always close and it was always near me. And I always stayed inside the house. And I fucking hated it. My mom knew I hated it. She hated it, in fact. She knew that we hated it. Because it was so much of a mental issue for me that, and on real shit, I almost did something I probably would have forever regretted. Now, what do I mean by this? As where at one point, I felt like I couldn't take it no more mentally. You know where I'm going with this. I felt like I couldn't take it no more mentally, where I was about to just jump off the window that was up in my room, and I would have just, hurt myself badly. That's how much I was tired of being in the house mentally, feeling like I'm trapped inside of a prison mentally. So, not only being bored, but to just go out and feel like, yo, I actually sat up there and I accomplished what I wanted to do in life. And I talked to my therapist about this today too when I was outside, and I feel like, yo, now doing this, being able to go outside, now being able to go outside again and feel like that I can go ahead and feel like, yo, I'm accomplishing what I want to do when I'm not streaming, when I'm not playing a game. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I love playing a game. I love playing a game to death. Y'all know I'm a variety streamer through and through. In fact, I'm variety even when I'm not streaming, where I try my best to watch different types of animes. I try my best to look at different types of artwork. I really want to try and start having to watch different types of sports if I can. That shows you the variety lifestyle I'm trying to run and I'm trying to do. And like what you mentioned here, Choco, with you trying to be variety with music, with drawing, and with playing games. I'm sure you get like that, like how I get like this, to where if I feel like that if I'm doing too much of one thing, that I feel like I'm not accomplishing what I want to do. Not for that day. That's the mood I'm starting to develop and I'm starting to get now. And it's crazy because it took that Sixers game for me to realize. Who would have thought the Sixers losing and me not being in the mood to play the game, at least for that particular day, really started to be that wake-up call. Anybody else get like that? Or am I just the only one? You know, do y'all agree? Y'all get like that too at times? Where you feel like you play the game too much that, you know, you're not, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I can't be the only one that'll have that feeling inside the back of your head and be like, yo, you know what? Like, I just don't want to do too much of this like I already have. You know, let me go ahead and, you know, let me do something else. Like, you know, you feel like, yo, I need to do something else. You know what I'm saying? I haven't gotten burned out on games myself, and I'm very happy you haven't. I hope you don't. I really hope you don't, Chogo. I hope nobody gets burned out in the stuff. I hope y'all really don't get burned out on the stuff you're currently doing. Now, does this mean I'm burned out with streaming? No, I'm not burned out on streaming. I'm not burned out on gaming. I'm not really saying that. But I mean, I have stopped them because of not being able to accomplish a specific goal. Though glaring at the moment is my own OC ruining one of my favorite games over stupid cosmetics. Hey, look, I hear you. Look, I got you. I hear you. Other than that, you know, I'm happy that I got to vent about all this. You know what I mean? Particularly with the boredom part. I hate getting bored, especially when it goes to something I love. Like, I hate getting bored with gaming. You know, when I felt that on Sunday, I was like, okay, something has to change. Especially since for me, because I'm a streamer, I don't want to get bored with gaming. I want to keep gaming as much as I can, but while I want to keep gaming as much as I can, I don't want to feel like I'm not having fun with gaming, let alone streaming. I want to have fun. I love having fun with all of you guys. I love having to take the time out of my day to interact with you guys. You guys are just phenomenal. Like, Choco, I love you to death. I thank you so much for taking the time out. Mama Jack, I love you to death. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Even the people that promote me on Glimesh or promote me through, you know, all of you guys that promote me, I thank y'all for that. Especially those that know they can't come by to come see me, or those that lurk. You know, I thank y'all for all of that, all of this, to be able to, see, like, this is what I really work hard in trying to do for everyone. I want to do this. I love to do this. So I don't want to get burned out on streaming if I can help it as much as I can. So I guess that's it for today's episode. An hour and 14 minutes in. That's to be expected of the lightning round. It's going to be pretty quick. So let me go ahead and hit you guys with the schedule for the rest of this week. So this is the schedule for the rest of this week. For you guys that know, I will be on Destiny 2 tomorrow at 4:30. Now, why is it that it's going to be 4:30 instead of 8:30? Because I have 3 attempts at the raid. 3 attempts at the raid. I can do it through my Hunter, I can do it through my Titan, and I can do it through my Warlock. All 3 of them. So that's why I'm switching it to 8:30. Now, I'm thinking about just trying to get as far as I can when it goes to the whole checkpoints. If it goes to the LFGs, either that or if I chill out with some of the members I was with last time, I'll try to make it work through there. So yeah, 4:30 we're gonna attempt to do that with 3 tries with Destiny. Wednesday at 8:30 it'll be Max Payne 2: The Fall of Max Payne. Thursday it'll be Wrestling Night as always. Friday I'll be coming in with Fantasy Star Online 2 because I skipped it last week, and then after that it'll be Honkai Impact 3rd. Saturday it will be Knockout City, and then it will be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I kind of have a good heavy back end. I'd rather have it on the back end than have it on the early end. So I'm okay with this. I'm hoping I can get the Vex because y'all know I don't stream on Tuesdays. Y'all know this. So I'm hoping as best I can that I can go ahead and get it done. And then after that, I'll figure out what I want to do with Tuesday. If I want the talk show to be on Tuesday night, or if I want to be on Tuesday in the afternoon. So I'm leaning more towards Tuesday night, so then that way I can go ahead and still have some good talks with all of you guys, and just simply chill out. So there you go. That's the schedule as usual. And now I hope for all of us we can just chill out throughout the rest of the day. Till then, guys, as always, every second, every minute, and every hour you all spend with me is every second, every minute, and every hour I am blessed, and I'm so thankful for. Please check out the Guild server and check out the Lightning Store merch. I plan on having some more merch coming, and the merch is nearly done through commissions. I will post it through the Guilded server if you guys have not seen it yet, or I will post it in Kev's server if you guys have not seen it yet. Speaking of that, please hop in on Kev's server as well, where we go ahead and we do wrestling nights from there. Till then, you guys stay safe, wear a mask, and keep yourself great. Continue to be great. Peace.